All right, we are now recording. What's up, everybody? My name is Juwan Rohan, and this is the Misguided Podcast. We're intending to guide you to a better future. I'm sitting here with Reggie Calhoun Jr., the Sportspreneur. How's it going, man?
Man, what's up, Jay? What's up, man? Thanks for having me on, bro.
Of course, man. I appreciate you coming up here. Just a little background story for the audience listening. Reggie was on Black Wealth Renaissance. Shout out to those brothers. And I heard his story, and before the episode was done, I just hit you up in the DMs. It was like, bro, I need you to come up here and tell your story because what you're doing is super intriguing and super inspiring. So thank you.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Definitely, for sure.
Most def. Where are you located right now?
Definitely right. Well, right now I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so yeah, I'm in Texas.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Yeah, Texas booming out there right now. Everybody from here is moving over there, Cali to Texas.
That's where the boys are at.
Yeah,
Not the Cowboys.
yeah. Nah, the boys.
Yeah.
Facts. Nah, man, I appreciate you coming. We're gonna go ahead and dive into your story. Let's start with where you're from.
Right. Man, originally I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Born and raised there. Moved around a little bit. My pop was in the military, so I went to live with him for a little while, and took travel with his career. Ended up graduating from school in Louisiana, and here I am now in Texas. I bounced around from Texas, Louisiana, Missouri, Illinois,
Yeah.
Mississippi. I was everywhere.
Okay, damn. So everywhere. What was your favorite place to be though?
I I would have to say Illinois because that was the first place I went to once I left Louisiana. So Illinois was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That was my freshman year of college, high school. So
Uh,
that's when you change in, you starting to like
yeah,
you know
yeah,
more friends who gonna be like lifetime friends, stuff like that. So
yeah.
yeah, Illinois was dope.
That's cool. That's where you call kind of your hometown. Is that where you call your hometown when they ask you like on the application you put Illinois?
Oh, I said
Ah,
New Orleans. My
okay.
first guess is say New Orleans, so I ain't gonna even try,
Yeah.
try to go through all of the
Yeah.
why you say this, keeping it all legal.
Facts. For sure, man. Well, that's cool. Okay, so what sports did you play growing up? Was it just football?
Man, so of course I played football. That was the first sport that I was introduced to. So I went from playing in the street to the park ball to organized tackle. And then I did basketball for a little while. I hated it. I'm not a
What?
basketball player. I suck. I could play really good defense though. I could
Yeah.
play. Football players. We could play good defense on the court, but
Yeah.
we suck
That's
when it
the
comes
thing
to
though about playing with football players is they always want to play hella aggressive. Like it's like contact. And like in basketball, you can't do that. So like they
bro.
be like down in the key, like trying to muscle you up. Be like, bro, you're fouling. Like you don't understand.
Yeah, no lie. I fouled out every game I ever played.
Yeah. Most
Every game.
most football players do, but it's cool.
I think I had like 20 techs in the season. Like I was doing it.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's cool. That's cool,
Like I
man.
ran track. I ran
Uh,
track. I did long jump, 4x1, 4x2, and open boat, and 4x4. Yeah.
did you like track?
Uh, I like jumping
Yeah.
because it was one of the things where it was just me jumping. When I'm racing, you know, it was like adrenaline, but I like to compete physically, right? I don't want to just like run and see who the fastest. I,
Facts.
I want to be the strongest, who's the toughest, who can, tackle you, stuff like that.
What position were you in football?
Play cornerback,
I
safety,
I
sometimes
was gonna
even
say
nickel.
that. Yep, I was gonna say. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool, man. Um, okay, so you're playing multiple sports throughout high school. You get to college, decide you want to play football. How kind of were you recruited? How was that process transferring to college?
man. So my my transition to college led me up to what I'm doing now, but
Okay.
I had no idea about recruiting, like
Yeah.
zero. I never had a coach come talk to me in office or like even like an offer letter or questionnaire, like nothing. So I was self recruited to every school I went. I went to JUCO in Texas. I just found it on Google. Um, found my university that I graduated from. I found that on Google.
Yeah.
Like nobody even knew where my college was, and they was from Louisiana. So it was people in Louisiana who didn't even know where my college was at.
Yeah.
So yeah, my journey to college was all just research based, finding stuff online that I just like get into.
Yeah. How far are you from Shreveport? I've been to Shreveport, Centenary College
Um,
out there.
right now I'm 2.5 hours. When I
Oh,
well,
okay.
okay, when I was in college it was about 2.5 hours. Right now I'm 2.5 hours.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it,
You know,
it's
Centenary College out there.
yeah, man. They was in our conference, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's crazy. They used to be D1, and then I
Right.
mean the city just kind of fell apart, and they were D3, but they still had a D1 gym. So their gym was like hella nice. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's cool.
I
Shreveport.
think they was in our conference. I think they were like not the best, but they were something.
What's cool? What was the name of the college again? Repeat that.
Louisiana College.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. Yeah, we used to play Centenary. They were actually in our conference, SCAC. Um
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, so that's hella funny. I got a couple of friends, like I made lifelong friends with people in a whole different conference. It's pretty crazy. Uh
That's how the sports world go, bro.
Bruh,
A lot
really though. Like
of work.
it's super cool. But okay, so I like the fact that you did all the research on your own, because growing up, a lot of people don't teach you that, number one, but a lot of people also just have too much pride to do that alone, right? They're like, well, if I ain't I'm gonna be recruited. Why? Like, it's gonna happen. I'm going pro. You know what I mean? That just mentality, like, of not trying to figure it out, like just letting them come to you, like that's that's inspiring. Like, and there's also a couple different uh um let's avenues out there that are helping people along the way, like doing their own research. Like, I believe I signed up for NCSA, I want to say. It's like a recruiting, like you get to upload your mixtapes, your highlight tapes, and then colleges could reach out. It's like a LinkedIn, right? um and so that really helped me go to college. Like, I ended up paying, like, I think it was like a monthly fee for that. But it was super cool because you had a profile and you could see what colleges were checking you out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, that's super cool. Like, doing your own due diligence into your recruiting process, I think is crucial, because if you're not top player, if you're not in every magazine in your, county or whatever, the likelihood of you going to college is very slim. So, yeah.
I mean, that's a, sometimes that kind of, you know, drives you crazy or whatever. But you can be the best player
Mm-hmm.
in your region, people still don't know who you are, right? Like there are some schools in America who don't know some of the top people, right? Like if you're not making the ESPN 300 or something like that, like who knows you're out there? So I
Yeah.
believe in always like
Pro-
researching, always like get out there and do your own work, your own leg work, because at the end of the day, your future is your future. And if you're waiting on schools to come get you, and then the schools that come and get you, you don't want those schools, but you don't know what schools you actually want. What are you actually doing?
yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like you haven't reached out to the school you really want to go to, but you wait on schools to come and hit you up. And the schools that come hit you up, you don't want those schools, but then you end up with nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. You preaching, bro. What? So, okay. So, with that being said, is that the reason you started RPA College? And for those who don't know, what exactly is RPA College?
So RPA College, man, is a post-secondary program, right? So basically, it's a mixture between a junior college, a traditional college, trade school, mentoring. Like I call it what the world needs, right? A lot of athletes, a lot of people will graduate high school and they have no idea what they're going to do. So there needs to be a bridge or like a rite of passage from high school to life, not from just high school to college, high school to life. So RPA is the bridge from high school to life, and we just use sports as a platform.
like that because like in reading your website, like I have your stuff pulled up here, but just in general, like they really do not prepare you for the real world. You know, like out of high school, you just are like, oh, you should go to college. Here, dump all your money, go into like this huge debt and just go party and forget what you're gonna learn. You know what I mean? And then you get to college, and then it's like, okay, cool, time for the real world. Let's use your history degree to teach you everything. Let's do your taxes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no real transition into life. It's just like they throw you there and they say, all right, here, you got to learn it on your own. Go use Google.
but but it starts early though, because what's the transition from elementary to middle school, and then from middle school to high school, right?
A
You talking about
graduation.
right?
That's what they
Like
think.
like I graduate eighth grade, and I enter into high school. Well, in middle school, I was in school with somebody who might have been as old as 12,
Uh-huh.
maybe 13, right? You go to high school, dude,
18.
18, 19.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Like they got it's a whole different life. So
yeah.
then when you transition from high school to college, you got people in that 25, 30, 40 with kids,
Uh-huh.
ex-military, like coming back, getting a career because the university offers a
Yep.
postgraduate degree with master's and doctorate, and you on campus with people who, probably was in high school when you was in elementary
Yeah.
school, or who was in high school when you wasn't even thought of. So where's the transition on interacting with the world and life, right?
Yeah.
And if you support, that's cool. But when you enter into a university that has like high academic prestige, right? Most of the people on the campus don't give a damn what you play.
Nah.
They don't know what the plans are for the future. And you
Facts.
can miss your chance to network with somebody if you lead with I play football.
Yeah.
Like now they're like, oh yeah, he a dumb job. I don't even want to talk to him. This person goes off and graduates and becomes CEO or a big time investor, and you know them because you've been running past them, but they don't remember you because they already checked you out.
Damn, bro. That's facts, yo. That's like that's big time. You're 100% right. And I never really thought of it like that deep. But you know, you do see it. So like my school was like 1% black, like where I went, right? I went to college, Colorado College. It's a private school. It's like one of the best schools in the country, but it's super small and super conservative. Well, not the school is conservative, but the town around. The school is super liberal, super liberal. But um, you kind of realize that of like, I don't know, I was the only black player on the team for like the first 2 years, right? And I don't know, just feel like when I step on campus, they're like, oh yeah, sports, right? Probably some people didn't even know we had a basketball team, but they're like sports, right? um, and that already blocks you out of the conversation of many other things, like, oh, you think he would want to go to, you know, music lessons, or he would want to go to this little
Yeah,
meetup over here, you know, and just and that already blocks you out. So that's, man, that's a good point. I
you
want you,
earlier too.
yeah,
Just about like the town, right?
yeah, yeah.
I tell every kid about committing to school. The hell with the school.
Mm-hmm.
What the town look like? What's the town atmosphere? What's the vibe? Because you're not just committing to the school. You're committing to that whole city for 4 years. Can you live in this city for 4 years? And if you can't, I don't care what the school offers. That ain't the school for you because you're gonna hate it. It
Yeah,
ain't like the school just gonna be like a bubble where you got everything you need. Like
yeah,
you still have to live there, right?
yeah.
So, you mentioned like the town was conservative, but the school was liberal. Most schools are gonna be liberal because
Because
you
you
got
got
like
everyone from everywhere coming
yeah,
in, and
right,
you got no
right,
choice.
right. You ain't gonna just say nah, we ain't gonna let you in, right?
Hey,
So
there is some schools like that. There is some schools like that.
subliminal, yeah, they're gonna slide it in like, well, you didn't meet our requirements,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, that's how it works. That's
yeah.
the game.
That is the
And I, what
game.
you about to ask me though, bro?
No, I was gonna say. So, walk me through. All right, I'm a student athlete, and I want to go through RPA College. Walk me through the whole process. And yeah, let's do it.
All right. So first thing you'll do, like any other school or job or whatever, you apply.
Okay.
Right. Um, and once you apply, and you can do it before you apply or after you apply. Once you apply, you do research. You find out more about the school. Because if we hit you back and we say, hey, we want to bring you in on a visit or interview you, you should be interviewing us too, right? So you apply, you research, boom, we get you on a visit, you come up here or we do a Zoom visit and you find out more about who we are. We don't talk about sports on none of our visits. We don't talk about sports, right? Because football is football and basketball is basketball. It's it's 100 yards and it's 2 and 3 points. That's it, right? So it's not much to talk about, right? But what we do, we highlight that. So what do you want to do with your future? What do you got plans to major in?
Oh shit.
Uh, what do you think is next for your life or whatever, or what made you find RPA? Then after that, you say yes, I like what I heard, what I saw, and then we'll say okay, we like you, we're gonna offer you. So once we offer you, you have a choice. You accept the offer or not. Once you
Okay.
accept the offer, you say yes, I'm coming. You make your commitment fee, which is the fee that we call an investment, where it puts you in the game, right? It says that you're coming. It says that you believe in you. It's a it's a thing that I believe that every school should do, right? Because all these verbal commits and all that stuff, I think that schools should make them pay money to commit, right? And I say that because like one of my guys say, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention,
Mm.
right? So I feel like if you pay, you're gonna read every email we send. You're gonna see every letter we send, right? You're gonna pay more attention because your money is. So once you in, you show up and then you become part of the team. And you got enrolled into school. You got to pick your classes, whether it's certification, whether it's a trade idea, whether you want to create a business, you be a business coach. Um, we have those, and then we just rock on the same way you would at a traditional school, but on the front end, we set the foundation of what you're going to be doing. So whether you want to come here for 2 years or 4 years, the foundation of hey, these are things you need to be doing to get out with the.
Mm. Okay. So, I mean, I totally agree with the fee thing because, uh, it's like it's like subscriptions, right? When you know you're paying a subscription, you're gonna like use whatever subscription you're paying for, like Netflix. You know, you're gonna watch the shit out of Netflix, um, anything like, and so that whole idea of paying, um, and paying attention is super like that's super true, and very underrated. Like a lot of people don't think about it that way. Um, but as far as so, where's your location of the school?
So we're in Arlington. So we're
Okay.
like right here by the Cowboys, the Rangers.
Okay. And
Two,
how,
two big
first of
universities
all,
here.
yeah, well, I got multiple questions on that. So, but one of them would be how'd you acquire like this school? Like I want you to talk about that process. And then the other thing, but before you do that, how so the kid signs, they send you the fee and they commit and then they tell you, "Hey, I want to start a business." Now, do they move out to Arlington in that school? Like, do you have like dorm rooms or something?
Yeah, yeah. We have dorms, we got apartments, we got
That's
floor plans.
crazy. Like, what the? All right, all right. Now you got it. Now you got. That's like, dude. This is like changing the whole game. Like, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how'd you acquire this, dude? How old are you, first of all?
I'm 33.
Okay, 33 years old, and you made a school. Like, who? Like,
Yeah, started
a
in
black man. Let's like praise that.
university, real age. Nah,
Yeah, facts. Real HBCU. Okay, so how'd you acquire a building and start a school? Because that's super
so
interesting.
so I'm actually making a course about it, bro, because it's way deeper than what I'm about to say. But for for anybody who understands real estate, who understands business and college, right? Colleges are a business. That's it. That's all they are, right? And then if you understand what a university is. So once I broke down what a college was, it's a place to learn, right? It's a postgraduate place of learning. So all that means is it's a place of learning after you graduate high school. So anything a big college, anything can be a college, right? Whatever you teach in post, whatever. Some people call them an institute. Some of them call them a technical. Some people call it a trade school. Some people call whatever it is. It's a place to learn, right? And then a university is just multiple colleges connected. So you got a college of business, the college of nursing, the college of social work. It's all on one campus. That's university.
Okay.
So once I said that, I said, okay, I want a college of athletics. I want a college for athletes that offers business, the traditional certifications and trades. I worked back. Once I did that, it was how do you go about getting accreditation? How do you go about getting dorms? And then it's just things like that, right? And one of the key components that I believe in is leverage, right? Leverage for me means I'm always going to add value. I am the leverage. So when I show up, whatever I've built already is going to bring 10 times what the program would already have, right? Um, I want to walk into a room and say, hey, this idea I have, this is what you already have going on.
Mm-hmm.
Let us add to that. And then we were able to grow as fast as we did because I understood the whole. I did my research on what a apartment needed, what a university needed, what a apparel company needed, what transportation company needed. Like everybody needed something, and then that's all I did. I took what I've already built, and I allowed people to have access. So in that sense, everybody has the opportunity to win because we win and they win. We
Yeah.
give them numbers and money. They give us resources and ability. So um, you can't you can't just wake up and build a college. But I woke up and I built a college
Yeah.
because I'm not a person who listens to what you can and can't do. A college began as a business at first, right? So we can accept FAFSA, we can accept Pell Grants, all that stuff.
Bro, what the
We got
fuck?
online options.
What this is like,
Yeah,
dude, you're onto something. You're onto something. There needs to be more of this, man, to be honest.
it does.
So
It's a need.
so the okay, how do you get accredited? That's like I feel like that's the most important step for people to like respect you.
Well, you went to college, right?
Yeah.
Who were you accredited by?
The college?
Uh,
I don't
huh?
know. I don't
You
know.
don't know. Most people have zero idea who their school is accredited.
Uh-huh.
All they know is the school says we are accredited. So accreditation, the agencies are like any any business. It's different ones. So you got regional accreditation, you got national. If I were to ask you which one is better, well, which one would you pick, national or regional?
Probably national.
But regional has more weight than a national accreditation because regional is these states and these schools have an agreement that if somebody transfers from this school to this school, we'll accept the credit. But when it's national, it's usually like a specialized school, a private school, a for-profit school, right? So what I'm getting at is that accreditation is nothing more than an organization saying, "Hey, we put our name on this school," because every school isn't accredited by the same regional accrediting agency.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, in that sense, accreditation is a straight bullshit because if I'm accredited here in Texas, but the school in New York doesn't accept my hours because they have that right, were my classes fake classes? Because if I took them same class and transferred to Louisiana, and they take them, like it's a game, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like the credit like the credit agencies, right? Everybody thinks those three credit agencies are ran by the federal government. No, they're individual businesses that says, hey, this is what we're gonna rate them on. That's why that's why that info is always different. That's why certain people only check certain agencies, right? Because every company not gonna is not gonna run your credit through all three. Some are gonna choose the Equifax, some going to choose Transparency. So it's the same way with a credit accreditation. But trying to get a job, or trying to get a bank loan, or trying to get a into graduate school, they're about to ask you who you're accredited by. They're gonna ask you what school you went to and did you get it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I said all of that to say, once I understood what accreditations really were, it didn't matter who we were accredited by or how we got the accreditation, as long as they're accredited. Because each school wants you to graduate from their school. They're not expecting you to transfer. So they don't really care about the accreditation, because the accreditation, it only benefits you as far as transfer,
Mm.
right? So if I want you to stay here for 4 years, it doesn't matter. And your accreditation is more important to the federal government than it is to the job market.
Okay.
To the federal government, if school's not accredited, they can accept the pass.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the way that anybody should know if your school is, if you want to call it legit, can this school accept money from the federal?
Okay. Yeah. You know what I like about you is from our conversation, it seems that you like to break things down into the simplest thing first and understanding that. Like you did it with what's the difference between what is a college? What is a university? You broke it down. You said, okay, I know I want a sports college. Boom. You figured it out. You did the same thing with accreditation. What the hell is accreditation? Okay. What does it mean? Okay, there's national, regional. Which one looks better? Does it matter? You know what I mean? You broke it down. And so it seems like you do that with everything. Is that true?
Yeah, I have to, because I want to know. We already know how America works.
Yeah.
It's a big fluff. It's like a big thing, and they make everything seem like it's so hard.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, it's not really that difficult.
Yeah.
It's just go read.
It's not difficult. They just make it look difficult because of the deception, but it's also because they make us as Americans so naive to everything
Yeah,
and like how the system is supposed to work. They hide it, right? Or they blast on what they want you to know, right? Commercials, right? Just
yeah.
advertisements, how they
Because
want you to look.
the first
Yeah.
thing you asked me when I said about a college, you was like, "How did you start one? How did you get a building?"
Yeah.
So immediately you thought a college was a building, but they're online schools. So
Yeah. Yeah.
do I need a building?
All right, damn. Oh, all right. Well, you make me feel like I didn't even go to college now.
Nah, man.
Nah,
You
it's
just
good.
you know the vibes, man. You know how it works.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a systematic thing that everybody I would want to know.
Systematic. That's
Yeah.
the word right there. Systematic. It is very systematic. Shit. Speaking of the building though, because I'm a realtor out here in California, so like real estate is like super intriguing to me. But yeah, how did you acquire a building? Is it like a commercial loan? Like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna get you a serious thing, bro. I created this with no loan, no investment, no nothing.
So you just had bank saved?
Nah, man. So you know how people say opium, from other people's money, you know, other people's resources, other people's experiences. So I jumped this off by using other people's money. I didn't take out a loan. So I created this thing with no debt. Understanding your business numbers, you understand your business. How much does this cost? How much does this cost? How much does this cost? How much do I need to make to cover this? And then everything else over that is profit.
Yeah.
So once
So
I found out the numbers, I just walked around. I went to every business that I was going to need, and I and I negotiated a deal with them. I told them what I was going to bring them, and I told them like how much I needed as far as a reduction or a fee, and then that became my set number. So I knew that this was going to cost this was going to cost this. So for instance, like, I'll give you one gym. So, and funny, I actually went to a gym. So before I got a facility, I partnered with a gym.
Okay.
So I partnered with a gym who had everything we needed:
Okay.
food, weight, sauna, massage tables, massage therapists, meal plans, all that stuff. Right? I said, hey, I'm about to bring you 65 to 80 customers for a year, and I'm gonna keep doing it every year. I need to make their membership X amount of dollars, and they get access to everything in. Now, on my website, I can offer going to get state of the art facility, pool, this. So now I list all of the amenities from the gym on our site as what you're getting. Isn't that what the college did? When you did the college tour, they
Yeah.
showed you all the stuff on campus,
Yeah.
right? And you never really used
Yeah.
it. They show you the health flex. They show you the student union. So I went and built a student union. I'm in Arlington. Like, this is the entertainment district. All of the pro teams are here.
Yeah.
So they got the bars, they got the sports bars, the movie theaters, the mall. So I'm selling the city. I'm selling the city
Damn.
within
Yeah.
my program.
So what you pretty much this is dope. This is dope. I'm learning a lot. What you did is you pretty much went to each person you needed, right? So a gym, let's say a landlord for apartments, okay? You went to them and was like, hey, this is my plan. Uh, I don't know if this is what you said, but I don't have money to give you right now, but this is my plan and this is what you'll get monthly based on my business structure. Is that kind of how
Yeah,
you worked out the deal like that? And they were like,
yeah,
okay. And then it just worked from there?
yeah. Because isn't that how a university team works though? Like, if
Yeah.
if you understood, because I went and coached at my alma mater for a year just to learn how the college coaching side works. So they have a budget. They have a number they have to hit every year.
Yeah.
In order to operate, in order to keep the team afloat, you have to hit these numbers.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing that I'm doing, right? So most people don't know that some schools, some athletic programs pay the school rent.
That's bro, that's crazy. So okay, how are you hitting your numbers? Or how are you getting people enrolled into the school enough to keep the lights on or everyone paid and happy?
I mean, you gotta over deliver. Like, it's things that we offer here that no schools offer, right? We we offer things like, for one, like our mentorship program crazy, right? We got kids that's doing phenomenal things because of who we are and what we've done, right? My director of media and marketing, he was our very first recruit. Now he's been in my market. So, like, he went from playing football to owning a business. He travels with me, he travels with his company. He's doing things at 22 that I wasn't thinking about at 22.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Putting people on. That's good. That's good.
That's the game. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. So when you understand your business numbers, you win.
Yeah. And when you just kind of like break things down, make it look
Yeah.
simpler because shit, even in this conversation, just breaking down each thing we talked about, it just makes me look at it differently, right? And that is the goal, right? Is to make complex situations more simple to understand. That way you
Simple.
can conquer. Yeah.
Because
Um,
you're, let me say, you're a realtor.
mhm.
Gold. There's more
Yeah.
ways than one.
Yeah, California's gold mine right now.
Yeah.
Um, but anywhere really though, but California is crazy, man. It's like normal for houses right now to go over $1 million on asking price
Mm.
out here. That's insane. Over a million. You have $1 million house selling for 2.3 million, like on a weekly basis. Like that's ridiculous. But that's America. um, Yeah, but anyways, I want to move on to the hella misguided segment where I ask the same question to each person that comes up here. And the question is, if you were to write a letter to your 18-year-old self, what would it say? Give me a summary.
Uh, I actually wrote one on Twitter. So um, let me see. So basically, it was just one decision can be the determining factor between 4 years, 6 years to obtain a bachelor. One decision will determine if you create a family or a statistic. One decision will determine if your dream becomes real or yet another idea you will do one day. Your next decision will determine if you're going to achieve that goal or ruin your chances. I was once there. I kind of played choice. The difference is I only did what I only knew. Didn't want any advice. I knew what I was doing. Believe it or not, times were really different. You know, 5 to 12 years ago. Although my decisions were costly, they were right on time that made me who I am today. I can't confidently say that if I made the same decisions now, that I'd be able to or be alive to see how different the times actually are right now. So that's like a short part of what I wrote to myself and to the next generation on my Twitter, that one decision can make your life what you wanted to be or what you feared it to be.
That's a
And
lot of
that's true.
pressure. That's a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
Like it's
decision
that
could
pressure.
could could either
One
fuck up
decision.
your whole life or change, you know. But it is true. It's very true. And that decision could be split, you know. Um, you just think of everything that happens in the hood or just the moments that you're in. You have to make a split decision that ultimately can change your whole life. Um, and so yeah, that's facts, but it's scary just to even think about that.
Most
um
people rather not make a decision, but they making a decision not to make.
oh yeah, that's a good point. Some people do choose to stay away from it. Like having too many choices is also scary, you know. When you have too many choices, it's like, no, like I need faith or God to tell me what to do, right? Like, damn, that's good, bro. That's good. I like that. Okay, cool, cool. So when did you yourself know that you were a good motivational speaker? How'd you find that talent?
I did. I
you,
didn't, man. I did.
you just start doing
It
it.
was like people were just like, man, I like what you're saying, man. I really felt that, man. You speaking real. I'm like, oh, like, I told my truth, right? But then that's when I realized, like, that was my gift, like, being able to make things simple and then speak passionately about it.
Yeah, yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's true. It's like, and those are kind of like the best like hidden talents is like when you are doing something that you never really even thought you could do, and it's like changing people's lives. You know what I mean? You're helping them. It's like, damn, like only if I knew this at 18, I would have been doing this shit, right? Like I'd have been into this. But that's super cool, man. Damn. Um, so you do coaching, you do speaking, consultations. You want to talk about that? Kind of like
Yeah.
uh, if people wanted to reach out to you, what do you consult on?
So I focus on athletes transition. So I want athletes to know that they can make 6, 7 figures in sports or using their sports knowledge and create a business. So I coach them, I consult them on how to turn your knowledge into sports and
Okay.
make it business.
Okay.
Hence the sportspreneurship, right?
Yeah.
Sportspreneurship, like tying how sports entrepreneurship merge. So that's what I coach them on. Man. So you could be a trainer, you could be a coach, you could be an athlete. You know, you could just be an enthusiast. If you love sports, and we can turn it to a business.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Um. Well, damn, man. I think this has been a really good episode. I've definitely learned a lot. I'm gonna have to sit back and reflect on a couple of things. But is there anything that you want to say to the audience before we wrap up?
Yeah, man. America was built on a dream, right? People came here, it was a blank canvas. They created what you see now. So just because that was their dream doesn't make it your dream. So in order to build your American dream, you actually have to have
Mhm.
like the American dream is not your dream. Like they shouldn't call it the American. It should be come to America to drink, right? Because you can do that you want. Like you can do anything you want, but
Yeah.
you gotta drink. And if you don't do that, then you gonna fall victim to somebody else's drink. Can't be mad about it. It's their plan, ain't yours.
Yeah. Most definitely. Well said. Well said. It should be like America blank canvas, but
Yeah,
that way you could paint your dream on that motherfucker. But
yeah. You do
yeah,
what you want, man.
I feel it. I feel it. Well, cool. The way we like to wrap up the episode is with a segment called Guided Conclusions, where I ask you a question. It could be funny, serious, or anything, but it's something we haven't talked about before we started recording. Today's question is: with the new verses coming up, Bow Wow and Souja Boy, who you got winning?
Let me see. Hold on. I don't need Draco coming at me. Let me
Facts, Drake.
oh, shit. I'm gonna go with Bob.
You got yeah. Okay, why Bow Wow though? Just because why? Yeah, why Bow Wow?
Okay. I'm torn. So I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna say Bow Wow
Okay.
because he had more mentors,
Okay.
right?
True.
Because he had mentors, that's why his career was what it was. But then I like Draco because he really
Had
did
no
something.
mentors. He did that
He
shit. Oh.
yeah. So I'm a little split, but if I go with my childhood, I'll say Bow Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a big Bow Wow fan, and it obviously you're sitting and you're like, damn, well, he should have went up against Romeo, but he would have watched Romeo. Like he would have watched
Yeah.
Romeo. Um,
Now, if he did a business versus business versus Romeo win,
yeah, well, that's because he got Master P though.
hey, that's mentor.
True, true mentorship, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, I don't know, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
yeah, nah, yeah, yeah.
They
I'm gonna go.
released. Hey, I'm getting my long white tee all the way down to my knees. I'm getting my shorts into my glasses, my little
With
light
your
up
headband.
belt. Yeah, I'm getting everything, bro.
Yeah, next
um,
up.
they released I think it's gonna be Lil Kim and Trina. No. Trina and Eve is the next one too.
Mm,
That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire. I think I
man,
got. Oh, I don't know who I got. I might have Eve, but we'll see.
I'm gonna go with them.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you
All right.
coming up here, man. Uh,
No problem.
go ahead and drop all your information so they can follow
Yeah,
you.
so on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, it's all Reggie Calhoun Jr. Website, same. And then for RPA, it's underscore RPA Wildcats. And on Twitter and Instagram too, all the same. I keep it
Yeah,
just underscore RPA Wildcat, Reggie Calhoun Jr. On that.
that's dope. That's dope. For sure, man. Well, I appreciate you coming up here. You guys heard it here. Make sure you follow Reggie and make sure you like and subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already. Really appreciate the reviews and the feedback out there. So thank you guys for listening. This is the Misguided Podcast. We intend to guide you to a better future. My name is Juwan, sitting here with Reggie. Thank you. Cool. All right, cool.